Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because we're in this class trial and all of our lives is on the line here, so you have to tell us the truth, hero. You have to. Hello everybody, welcome back to another gameplay. I am Eric's Trouble, and we are back with Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Or Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa. It's Danganronpa. So, Sakura's dead. She's dead. And if you guys did not know Sakura's dead, spoiler, I'm sorry. You guys should have seen the videos. I'm sorry. So, not my fault. Alright. So, we're gonna investigate Sakura's crime scene, her death, and we're gonna get through this long class confusing trial. So if you guys haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe and like this video, and let's get started. Okay, I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. Alright, the victim was Sakura Agami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Okay, that's been added. Hey. I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
the only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. Type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh.
In other words,
basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
However,
but in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's open up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend that they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room.
In other words,
By that, I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You've seen this is a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seem the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if it's nothing else. Alright. Well, let's see, Hina. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she'd died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she shouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stop her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina, it's possible not to have regrets, I know. Okay, Hina's account has been added, but the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with three of them directly. Okay. Well, let's see what Kyoko has to say first. But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get... Alright. I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise,
Certainly.
right? Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. No, I think Sakura committed suicide. I still think she killed herself. But the thing is, I'm not sure. So, but I'm still keeping my theory that she killed herself somehow. I don't know. Let's investigate her body though. Let's see. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any trouble believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has been added. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Maybe? I don't know. Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. What's this? This looks like some kind of wrapper. Do you recognize it? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullets. Okay, what about this? There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Was she hit by a head with it? The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. So is that what made her vomit blood? She was hit in the head? I don't know. There's something else on the ground near the glass. Oh. It's a figure. If it fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Have a figure on the floor. Huh. Alright. Let's see. Oops. I've been through you. Been through you. Okay, let's see. What else is here? That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay, well, let's look at this. Because I think one of the bottles have been broken, which is the bottle down on the ground. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Okay. Wait, there's 2 missing. Or is there some... I don't know. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles. So there's 1, 2... There's supposed to be 6 bottles, I think. But 2 are missing, but 1's broken. Or am I overthinking? Because if 1 is broken, right? Then where is the other bottle? Huh. Let's see.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words.
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on a shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figures are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Alright. Let's see. The locker. Huh? The locker's open and there's... On the inside, it's a handprint. Someone's been in the locker, maybe.
Why?
What's a handprint right here? It looks like someone touched that inside the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. Who's been in the locker? I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was opened, don't you think? I still think that Sakura killed herself, but I'm not sure. So if someone really did kill her, I wonder who it was. And was it Byakuya? I still think it's Byakuya. Still think. And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Right, yeah. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. Oh. I didn't notice that.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Huh. I wonder what it means too. Let's see. Let's look... Oh, wait. There's more here. Ah, not the door. Well, this door is the only way in or out the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Okay, but I was trying to see this part. Yeah, there we go. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. Yep. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange, huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Glass? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Oh yeah. Huh. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Anti-protein drink. Oh wait! I didn't see this here. Okay, there's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Was she attacked over there? Byakuya? What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most part.
So then
you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't
Listen to
leave.
me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. Alright, she decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright. That's right, Hiro. There's other 2 probably went back to the rooms. Wait, Toko and Hiro are not here, so... Let me see. Alright. Where have you been, girl?
Who's there?
Who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt.
Well,
Alright.
what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. Yes, I do. I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master 2. I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yes, it is. So, spill the tea, spill the beans. Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. Alright. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account. Let's go see Hiro. Where's his room? Because he wasn't there either. Let's see. Hiro. After a few seconds.
No?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yes, I do. Where were you? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How do you know about that?
Could it be?
I know. Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at
I
me.
haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Oh.
Huh?
What's that doing in your pocket? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Huh. Why do you have that, Hiro? Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for our reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash. He's lying. He has to be lying. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor on the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Huh. Wait, so should we go to the chem lab? Where's the chem lab? Wait, I know that's on the 3rd floor? Is it the 3rd floor? Or is it the 4th? It might be on the 3rd floor. Let's see. Where's the, Okay, so we go through here. There we go. Chem lab on the 4th floor. So, let's see.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Bro. Alright. Let's see. So is that all here? Oh no, okay. Let's see what's over here. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the raised shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Oh, I didn't see that. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Okay. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had label on it Cam C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right, it could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the triplets. Okay, let's see what else. There are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints related to the case as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting, it would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be
Certainly
Makoto,
possible.
they're not mine. No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes. Then alright. I'll take off my shoes. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Told you. Unfortunately, but with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are really a valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. You know what? We should take everyone's shoes off and compare it to these footprints on the powder. How about we do that? That will be easier. That will be easier. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in the front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Cam C4, and it looks like someone... Alright. Yep, based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Okay, footprints in the powder. Let's see what else. Let's see what's on the shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. And the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Well... looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, but simply they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't it that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well, bro. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. And the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. Let's see C. On the shelf is... one look I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. Poison. And the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it splits into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Huh. Okay. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay. So let's go back to the rec room. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's also too convenient. Someone must be lying. I think Hiro's lying. And maybe Toko too. But Hiro had that candy wrapper, so I want to know the truth about that. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. One more time. Okay, let's see. So according to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body. Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still sometimes... I can't believe how calm you are, no matter how many times I see a dead body. I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Oh. Her
Correct.
shoes. You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands
see.
out. That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder. Huh.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look
It's
carefully.
true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Let's see. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay a careful attention and you're sure to find it. What? Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you didn't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Huh.
Hey,
Actually, there's one more thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, I'll try to gather up all the glass. Okay, with that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Okay.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weights of the 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Okay. It's balanced.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay, let's give it a try. The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought, what?
In other words...
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together. And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle, The experiment showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than the intact Monokuma bottle. And the bottles all have something in common. There's apparently an important secret hidden there. The magazine is upside down. Did something put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Oh. What? On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written Toko? And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? Could it be Toko? Could it be Toko?
Correct.
Wait. Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. What the heck? Then she's the killer, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusion evidence, right? We can use it for according to the killer. Actually, I don't know because we didn't find blood on Sakura's fingers. I could try checking after, see if there's blood on her fingers. I don't know. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me more suspicious. Right. Okay. Oh, dang it. I was gonna check Sakura's body to see if the blood's on her fingers, but I doubt it, so I don't know.
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
I mean, let's just get this over with.
Okay, then let's begin the
Thank
class
you.
trial. You please go through the red door.
Okay, I know where it's at.
See you soon.
Jesus. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. When the Kuma made this announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another, and then... the ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery. What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how often or how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. Yes, for example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy. Well, and how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. Yes, for example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, that does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. Alright. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Hopefully. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. I think she killed herself, you guys. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. I don't know though. And that person is here. The person is one of us. Let's go in the elevator. Come on, it's time to put it to end. I made my own toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our still prison in total silence. Okay, we watched doors close, and it felt it began its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It felt lower and lower, and as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Alright. Until the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes. I would like to save. Whoops. Save! Okay. Let's see. Well, I know that. Okay. Right, here we go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Got it. Yeah, I know.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
No, we don't.
Deja vu.
No, we
The one who
don't.
killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
You're a suspect too, Hina. Let's
I
see.
had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Okay. Yeah, make your argument. Alright. Leo's account, or Hina's account. Okay, let's get started.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
You're a suspect too.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
We didn't have a motive.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned that before.
It was one of you.
Okay, let's get
One of you
forward.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you
Let's
have
shoot at that.
That's
Oh,
low.
shit.
That's
Alright.
about as low as you can get.
Is that where I wasn't supposed to shoot at? Hold up. Okay, let me see.
It
I
was
probably
one of
missed
you.
my
One
shot.
of you killed.
And what reason do you have for
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have for accusing
Actually, no, I think...
Low.
Okay.
That's about as low as
I,
you can
let's see,
get.
hold up. I know y'all. Okay. I think I should add this part.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Should add that. Oh, what? Okay, I was wrong.
Shoot.
I am sorry.
It was one of you.
Okay.
One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have
Okay,
for
shoot at that. There we go.
No.
Okay. I was gonna shoot at that at first, but then I was like, maybe that's not it. Okay. I'm sorry, you
Another
guys.
reason
I'll
you
get better.
suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Make your argument. Pocket trash. Hero. He has to be lying of something.
The fact
He's
that
definitely
Sakura
lying.
wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
You never won.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same
You know what?
here. I never saw her.
No, you did.
No, it's wrong.
You had to.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper.
The
remember?
candy wrapper.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
You were there, bitch. You were there.
That's
At the
gotta
crime
be the
scene.
wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
The candy wrapper was at the crime scene.
Where did you get that piece of candy?
From
Where?
Sakura. It's the only explanation.
What?
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but
Where did you get it from her?
she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When?
Really?
When did she give it to you?
When?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Huh. But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is, when Sakura got the candy, Sakura loved...
I got it!
Okay.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it.
Oh, you're lying,
I mean,
huh?
What I meant was,
Oh, what?
oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room.
Oh, you did?
Problem with that?
Oh,
Why
right.
the sudden hostility?
But we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
Okay, well, speak the truth then, alright?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting more suspicious.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Really?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Wait, how does he know about this message? What would the shining message even be? He wasn't even there! Hiro, you weren't even
scene
at the
of
crime
She
scene.
had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
How did you know that?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
You weren't even at the crime scene, bitch. Like,
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
how did he know
What are
that?
you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message?
Right,
of her?
that's what I'm saying.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
You weren't there
But
though.
if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Hold on. But when Kyoko found a magazine with the dying message in it, it was above the magazine shelf on the What's it under? But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it!
Yeah.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
It doesn't.
Doesn't make sense?
No.
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Oh, really? There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. He wasn't even at the crime scene when we were investigating. Like, how would he know? Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
He even
When
found it
Ogre's
though.
body was discovered.
Alright.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Nope. He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. Oop.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shut that, shut that. What?
Shoot!
Oh, you know what? You know what? Hold up.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's
Let's do
body
this,
was
let's do
I can
this.
tell you when it was only after the investigation. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it
Alright.
out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Sorry, y'all.
I can tell you
Need to make these
exactly
truth
when I found
bullets
the dying message.
useful.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Now she had that. There we go. Oh my god, y'all. I keep forgetting about the truth bullets. Oh my god. I'm not taking my time.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation. You weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
When?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Because we're in this class trial and all of our lives is on the line here, so you have to tell us the truth, Hiro.
All you
have
gotta do
to.
is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko.
I don't even know where to begin with that.
Right.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
No, we can't because there weren't blood on her fingers to write it.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's
We didn't
true.
see blood on her fingers, though. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. There was no blood on her finger to write it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I know what this is. All right.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Yep. Oh.
The occult is
Okay.
bullcrap. Give it a rest.
There we go.
I'm at least 30% right.
No.
The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
Okay, got it.
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Bonus strike.
Show me the proof.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, there we go.
This should prove it.
Ooh. Okay. I thought I did a final strike, but then... Okay. I got it now. I got
I'm
it.
completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger.
And there was no blood on her
hands were
finger.
completely free of blood.
Right.
What?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh?
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help you, give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
What? This is it. I'm going to end it today. Yo! Yo! Okay, wait. So was my theory right? Wait. So she would... So she could have committed suicide. She said, I'm going to end it today. I think she committed suicide. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot to this crime scene, so I'm not sure. But if she was killed by someone, there was no doubt that she was going to kill herself. So I think I'm right on that part. I'm not sure. But we're gonna like continue. I'm just like, I knew it. I knew since last episode. Like she... Oh my god. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
No, she was gonna kill herself,
So of
I
course
think.
I
I don't
freaked
know.
out, and then... I
Oh?
saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
I mean, I was gonna say, look, I know you're scared. I know you were scared. because you think she was going to kill you. But how dare you? How dare you throw a freaking bottle at her head? How dare you do that to Sakura? How dare you?
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
Wait. But wasn't she hit twice? Because I think Hyoko said she was blown to the head twice. And plus there's 2 bottles missing. And from what I gathered too, you know how the scale we were scaling the bottles? One bottle was heavier than the other, which means what I gathered, there could have been like 2 bottles broken. We just gathered in one, assuming it's 1 bottle. And I think that's what it is. So I think she was hit with 2 bottles. So he could either be lying, or she was hit with the bottle by someone else. I don't know.
Once it was over,
I don't know.
I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and
To frame her.
ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me.
So he
do
thinks
whatever
he
you
killed
want.
her. But she was hit
You're
with
not
something.
gonna get off that easy.
Yeah.
It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Okay, well, I'm not so sure about Hiro being the killer right
You're
now.
ready to vote now, right?
No.
You know who did it.
No, we don't.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yes, we
What
don't
are you
have all the
talking about?
evidence
What
yet.
else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure
The second
that
blow
part
to the
out,
head?
we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Why he didn't use Sakura's finger, why he picked Toko, why the magazine was hidden. Why the magazine was
I
hidden.
got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden. By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Right.
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure
You
I just
didn't?
left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Right, okay.
Then he's not lying?
I don't know.
Assuming he's
I don't know
telling the truth,
anymore.
Someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after.
Which could be the person who might hit Sakura with the bottle the second time. I think. So
I
whoever
don't
was
think
in
there's
there,
any
whoever
question about
else,
that.
But then, who was it?
I don't
If they
know.
went to the trouble of hiding the magazine,
Oh wait,
they must not have liked what was written on it.
someone who wouldn't like what had been written, there's only one. So Toko, because that's her name.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Right.
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important,
What?
that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right?
We don't.
Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No,
you
but they're.
didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Retell it.
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Alright. Oh shit, okay. status of Sakura's body?
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Okay.
After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
He's not. Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but that doesn't end there. Let's see.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
No? Shoot! Okay. Sorry.
I didn't want to, but
Do I have it at the wrong... Let's see.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Oh, you know what? Shoot. Okay. I'm doing so bad. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind before
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
Are you kidding me? Okay. I am sorry. I'm gonna die, yo. I'm gonna die.
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
Okay, wait.
You hit her from... And you only hit...
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, and
See? Hero really is the killer!
Okay, I might have to do a trick
I
bullet.
didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle's and she went.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
What?
Shoot!
I'm gonna die. Okay.
I didn't want to.
I might have it at the wrong spot. It's not yellow powder. It's one of these.
Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
Only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
So isn't that what I said before? Isn't that what I Yo, okay, you know what? Yo, whatever.
died from
I thought I
Hiro's
shot that
single
before,
blow.
but whatever.
That doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Oh my god. I almost died. Yo.
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
I mean, I don't know anything about chess, so I don't know.
After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
Yes.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total.
So another one
meaning
was
one
used.
has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
We used to scale.
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Well, yeah. But we used to scale too. And the correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be, it's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Oh, it says Hangman? Hangman. Alright. So, what's the word? Chess piece. Okay, so we need an E. Give me an E. S. Thank you. And E. There we go. Easy! I wish I had this on hard mode so that way it can be more difficult.
That's it.
But you know what? It's
the
fine.
chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain.
I don't,
In
so...
chess, there are 6 different pieces.
Okay.
The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Okay.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Right. Wait, then the bottle that was missing, it was broken, it was completely intact, it was excited. It was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's
Is that the
right.
scale?
We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it out before. Was it the scale? This.
I got it!
There we go.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's first attacker, Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Right.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
Right.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
What?
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her.
Toko? Why didn't you say that earlier?
Toko go into the rec room.
Why didn't you say that earlier? You did?
Soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
So why didn't you say that information earlier,
I
Hiro?
assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. When I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
That's what I'm saying.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You
Where?
don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
The locker? I was just thinking that. The locker? Because the locker was open and there's handprints in there.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous.
The locker.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
It's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room, and I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added. Of course it has. Of course it has. So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without a second thought. Yes. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention, of course I am, to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the L1 button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless just once, okay? Alright. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. I'm halfway through the game! Let's go! Anyway, well then, good luck and have fun. Let's do this. Alright.
It's a lie.
Bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, 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 bam, boom, 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 bam, boom, 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 bam, boom, boom, get that out, boom, boom, get that out, boom, boom, nope, boom, 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 get that out, boom, boom, out, boom, 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 out, boom, 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 out, boom, boom. Yes, get it, out. Final strike. Okay. Oh wait. Locker, the locker. There we go. Get that out. I was so confused. I was like, what? Where am I supposed to share? Okay, got it. All right.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
It should, because you were in there.
Let's just compare it to your hand, shall we?
Right.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Yeah, tell us the truth.
It's my handprint.
Thank you.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed
Not right away.
Sakura.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Oh my god.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Right.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember
Oh
what
my
happened
God.
after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask.
So we have to get Genocide Jack. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that, and, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Right.
Hey, come on. That's, you know.
What?
But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that. Hina's
Well,
gonna...
then, that's that. Let's start the vote!
No, we don't have the evidence yet, Hina. I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right?
No, we're not!
Let's do this!
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
We don't have the evidence,
Don't you
Hina.
think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
What?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Right. It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling!
Of course. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Status of Sakura's body, maybe? Let's see.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die?
I was
She
just
died on the
sleeping
sea.
peacefully, and all of a sudden,
Okay, I think I know where to shoot.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma.
You got it! I smashed her
And where did the attack take place?
right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Shot that. There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Okay. I had to be careful because I only had like 2 hearts left, y'all. Oh my god.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Yes.
If the blow by the
It's where
shelf
she
was
died.
the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
What do you mean I finally noticed?
Just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. The blood. The blood in front of the shelf. Wait. Where was it? Right there.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Right.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, Are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
Right.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Whoa. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
Wait, no, but like when we first looked in the window at first before we discovered her dead body, the locker was already open. That's what I remember. So no, she could have not stayed.
While everything was all confused and
Hidden.
hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Right, we saw it open. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I saw it for myself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point,
the locker was open
locker
already.
was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know.
What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
There
But
is.
if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... let's see. Yellow powder, Monokuma file. Maybe it's Monokuma file. Let's see.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
If there's one place I might find a clue, it would have to be written in there.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other cause that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottle, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there?
Yep.
God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Right.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
I don't know.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
There we go.
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knee! She was poisoned?
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
All right.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Explain it.
Everyone
Yeah.
quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
Right.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections.
Right.
A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
So it's reagents. I've been saying regents or whatever. I don't know.
And that's where the
Reagent.
poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Miyaka just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as the supplements, I'm positive. If it... Section A?
I got it!
Oh.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Oh, I couldn't believe my eyes. Miyaka put the bottle of poison to his lips and... Yeah, he drank it. He drank it. We were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Miyake and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
So someone switched.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in the... Could it be... Is this Hangman again? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my god. Protein drink? Let me see. Is it protein drink? Tea. E. There we go. D. R-I-N. N. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. N. N. Thank you. K. K. Give me that last letter. K. 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 I need a K. Give me a K. Give me a K. Okay, thank you. Jeez.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. A cup filled with water, a Monokuma bottle. A protein drink, because that was sitting on top of the glass.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink,
By the, door.
Protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
Or maybe she took it to kill herself. Maybe.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Who?
Real? Who was it?
Evidence
Because he didn't tell me who it was.
The two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be... Wait, it must be what we found in front of the shelf. In front of the in front of the shelf. The footprints?
I got it! The footprints left behind in front
Yeah,
of
but
the
we don't know
shelf.
whose footprint it is, though.
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
What?
It was me.
Oh?
The
Hina?
footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Something's telling me. I feel like... Okay, too much confusion. Too much confusion. Okay. I don't know what to believe anymore. That's what I'm going to say, okay? I don't know what to believe right now. I
I
don't.
suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Hina? So, me and Hina. Makoto and Hina.
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Uh-huh. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Huh.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Hina?
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were
Right.
in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Right,
The
right.
whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... The two of them were so close.
That's what confuses me, though.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did,
I mean, I don't think she did, though.
why? Why would you do that?
Or, I don't
Found
know.
her. There in the rec room. She was hurt.
Uh-huh.
She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
Right?
But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim
No, I'm not
she
convinced
wouldn't kill
either.
a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
As many times as she wants. Okay.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Yes, Hina, because our lives is on the line here. We're in a class trial. Spill the beans, okay?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
Right.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Me too.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Let's see.
Well, right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
Okay.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied? How
long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Alright. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Footprints in the powder, chem lab shelf, source of the powder.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped
This is a long one, too.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Let's see. In the chem lab, there were the footprints, and what direction were they facing? Those facts literally contradict what Hina just told us.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on...
Yeah. And I grabbed...
Okay, and
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Oh, that wasn't it? Okay. So that was wrong. Okay.
First, I went to... That's when I grabbed the...
And you spilled some of the...
Yeah. Okay.
Or you know what?
I
Hold
moved
up.
from Section C to Section A.
There we go.
No,
I had it on the wrong truth bullet, that's why. Okay. There we go. Okay. So let's say, man.
You
Okay.
said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Look!
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What? I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
Uh-huh.
The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A, so you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
So why are you lying, Hina? Why is everyone lying?
Well, you see...
What? Stop lying.
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence?
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Oh?
Did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you of all people would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Oh, glass? Huh, a piece of
It had
glass?
sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain?
Of course.
Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
So did Byakuya mess with the evidence again? The crime scene? Did he mess with the crime scene again? Again? Shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something this shade of blue. The rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So
Huh.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of
Did Byakuya mess with the crime scene again?
What's so strange about
Like he
that?
did with Chihiro's crime scene?
what's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, Section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab.
Uh-huh.
That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet,
Spill the beans, come
somehow
on.
a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because the protein was on top of the
She was
glass.
given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
But
It has to do with the protein can.
Was it on
After
top of the
Sakura's
glass?
body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
the reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. So he messed with the evidence again. The crime scene. The empty protein drink.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
Huh.
It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Shut that.
No,
There you
it's
go.
wrong.
I knew where to shoot at too. I knew it.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
Right.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation.
Yes, it is.
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison?
Like I said, you guys, to kill herself.
I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why.
She wanted to
The
kill
only
herself.
explanation is she drank it from its original bottle,
Knowing.
knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
Yes.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Thank you.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I don't know. The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to be Sakura herself then, because yeah.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
To kill herself.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to section C. Kyoko already showed me to the evidence I need. Oh yeah! The powder on her shoes. She had the yellow powder on her shoes. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I didn't know. Alright.
You're a liar!
I mean, these are not bad. I don't mind these, but like...
Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it!
Okay.
Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
Okay.
Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! I hate you!
Oh? Ah! I missed. Okay.
You're a liar!
Am I?
What are you saying?
I'm saying she killed herself.
Wrong! You're wrong!
I'm not wrong.
I'm telling you, I did it!
No, she killed herself. Final strike. Do I have to do
Do you
yellow
have
powder?
any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
Uh-huh.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison.
To kill herself.
After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison!
No, it wasn't.
Because I killed her!
You did not.
You didn't kill her.
She killed herself. The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Oh, okay. And it was Sakura.
Here's my answer.
Sakura killed herself.
Sakura was Sakura herself.
There we go. Like I said, y'all, my theory was right. Oh my god.
The killer was Sakura?
Yes.
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
Yes.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather...
Man, poor Sakura, man.
But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Right. Because, of course, Bianca created the locked room in secret. Sakura wanted to create the locked room. She wanted to create the locked room.
The locked room mystery was created.
That was all
by
her.
Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did.
Right.
She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact,
And I knew
you
it!
undertook a
I knew it
series
since
of
last
actions
episode,
to
man.
undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no!
enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have
What?
to end this properly.
What? Oh. The closing argument. Okay. Okay, I was so confused. I was like, what's not over? But okay, I see. Alright. So Sakura left a note, Hiro and Toko. Let's see. And I don't. What's next? Is this the note? No, that's the magazine. What the hell? Oh, wait. Is that there? Byakuya got the note too. Everyone got the note. I think. I don't know. Wait, can I move? Thank you. So... Let's see. Let's look over here first. I don't want to see that. Poor Sakura.
Killer is you.
Okay, guys, I might have did bad on this one. I'm not sure.
Asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
I might. I'm not sure. Okay, well that's right. Okay.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else. And
she hid in the locker. Okay, that's right.
She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room.
And that's when Hiro came in.
Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. He wrote down a name.
Toko.
By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing.
Yep.
So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
There we go.
But in her rush, she made one little mistake.
She had it upside down.
Put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted.
Yep. And then there goes Genocide
This
Jill.
caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack.
Or Genocide Jack, whatever.
When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
Right.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence.
Poor Sakura,
she gathered up
man.
the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later
Sakura!
on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Hina.
And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves
Hina.
in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Oh, because I'm smarter than you, huh?
Oh, well,
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, wait, what? I thought I just saw a C. I thought I saw a C. Okay. So I got an A. Okay. There we go. I got it all right. Except for, like, a few. Like, I almost died at some parts. Okay. But I still got an A.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So did we vote for Sakura?
Seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong
So
one?
if Sakura killed herself, did we just vote for her?
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yeah, Sakura. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire...
Okay, we're done here. So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
Is this...
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her, so that's why. I couldn't let her be the only one that died. You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious, that's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. Aww. I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't
My closest friend got
forgive
hurt. Sakura. Because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Oh. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all ganged up on you at once, even you, Hina, please don't think of things like that. They're my enemy. They're friends. Sakura. She clearly believed, she completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet, yep. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
why?
That's how far you pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait, right here. I'll help you out. I'm so glad I got to meet you. Aww. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask. Some protein.
Can I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Oh, Sakura.
Please.
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize, Hina. We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when we're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, you do really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said, it's nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. Because her and me...
In other words...
Well, that's what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all my... Bro.
It's true.
The one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room. Wait, then... You lied to me.
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It sounds so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. Oh, you filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even the will had factored in. It still wouldn't have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut. So then, what did she write in her real suicide note? My good friend Hina. Aw. There's something I have to tell you. You have to do it like this, what you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
Let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart. The mistake of succumbing, I don't know how to say that, to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
Oh, that's how I came to feel. Sakura! So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Ooh. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe... Alright, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
This is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
Aww. But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
Herself. If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Sakura, you will always be my friend too. I've never had people like you in my life. Sakura. I feel so bad. Then Sakura didn't feel concerned. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself, and you can use this note to bring the class trial to quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave to the rest of you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But
I don't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. Fuck you, Monokuma. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
too bad.
She deserves all of the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together. That's right, Makoto. That's right, tell him. Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey,
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
phew.
Lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. Byakuya. Fuck you too. There can be only a doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does that mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go, and if the Master turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now you can say that Sakura's death has no meaning. How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
what the heck?
The fun time. Anyway, let's forget about that good for nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for, punishment time.
What?
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is that me? Oh heavens, no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the Bear times 1 rule?
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'll be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. Is he gonna beat up her dead body? Is he gonna beat up her dead body? A special guest? Let's get
everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Is he gonna... Oh my god. Oh my god. They killed Chihiro twice. Chihiro had to die twice. Monokuma destroyed Alter Ego. Like... Oh my god. Now Alter Ego's gone. Chihiro died twice now. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true, so it's okay.
Gonna do my best.
If it's okay for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Oh! How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You were friends with the laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. Oh. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do it a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work... Oh, Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life, and for that he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better. Of course it did. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. Now, no, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours. Truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and I've so learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they have done is... Is he talking about... Is Sakura talking about our memories being erased? Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit? It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for pardoning your result. Fine, but at least Sakura's no. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this? What is it now? There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever, who cares? What some dead musclehead has to say. Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard. Time descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I couldn't hear a... What? What? Wake up, huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like... Oh.
Kyoko?
Kyoko.
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
What's going on? Why are you in my room?
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. Wow. It's 3 a.m. Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? What's going on? It's so late. What happened? I have a favor to ask. What favor? What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center, but I thought it was unlocked. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door and with a certain amount of force, it's locked. I didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What? What are you out here making a racket, Kyoko?
You too? You guys?
The two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back.
Hey.
Alright, didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on
Shall we
anymore.
go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. I'm so confused. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, hold on, Kyoko. Listen, what was all that just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be at the end of our conversation, just like always,
Goodbye.
but... Kyoko!
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Ikusawa,
Mukuru.
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
Oh, that's a
The one they
16th?
call the ultimate despair.
The ultimate despair.
Watch out for her.
Oh, it's a her. Oh. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 4. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop it right there. So, it looks like we're already getting close to finding out who the 16th student is. We already know the name, Makuro. I don't know the last name. I don't know. I forgot, actually. The ultimate despair. So, we'll be finding that out next episode. More about that. Sakura did kill herself, and I was right about that. I was right since the last episode. Like, I was like, she seems like she would have killed herself. Like, you know, this actually was a sad episode. I'm very sad she's gone. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with this again pretty soon. And make sure you guys have a great day today. Bye!